Today I continue studying a hilarious clip from Friends, Monica Banks' head. This is a story happened when Ben went to Monica's and he is under Monica's and Rachel's babysitting period. Uh, Suddenly, Ben felt bored, so Monica started to play the airplane games with the kids. However, unfortunately, uh, when she was playing with the kid, she made the kid bang his head against the wall. Uh, Both Monica and Rachel were so nervous, and they wanted to hide the bump on Ben's head when Ross came home. So it's a funny moment when Monica told Rachel that, oh, when Ross walks in the door, take him to the bed, to the bedroom, and did everything to make him to and do everything to make him feel weak. Um, mm, and after that, when Monica tried to feed Ben with ice cream, uh, Ben said, "Monica, Ben." That's kind of read her out, and so they try to convey him, persuade him that this is not a big deal. The bum is banging your head against the wall. It's not a big deal. It does not worth mentioning. And both her and Rachel bang their head against the wall until Rachel gets hurt, and she say it doesn't worth it unless it's a headboard, um, a bedboard, a headboard. At night, when Monica fed Ben with ice cream, she tried to did a bribery, like, oh, now you are eating ice cream and you will not tell your dad about the banging thing. Uh, and Rachel tried to tell him that he is a kid. He does not understand bribery, and that is number one. And number two, and when he is in the conversation, Joey was laughing because the way she is using number one and number two are the two terms used in when referring bathroom in the U.S. Number one is the bathroom that you don't do the solid waste, but number two is with combination of liquid and solid waste. When Ross came home, uh, he saw that Ben was wearing a funny hat, and he said, "Did you get him do welding?" And after at night, when Ben was sleeping, Ross talked to Rachel about the bump, and Rachel accidentally she told Ross about Monica's banging Ben's head against the thing, and Ross was making fun of Monica. He made up a story that Ben left out two letter E and F when he was doing alphabetical song, and also he walks funny. The left leg was faster than the right leg. So Monica felt very bad, and when she came to the room and checked on Ben, he realized that Ben was totally okay. So he came back and tell Ross that he was a jerk. You jerk. Okay, let's start some vocabularies right here. No, we're not okay. We're not okay. There's a bump. A bump is a kind of when a kid bang their head against the wall or against the table, their head will be a little bit bigger as a one point. It is also a term to talk about some obstacle on your road. If you hit your head hard enough, you might get a bump in the area hit, like as bandit. In this context, a bump is a round, raised area on the body, a surface. To refer to the action of hitting somebody else with your whole body, normally by accident, is a verb. The second that Ross walks in that door, walks in, that means he just come in the door. To walk in a place is to enter a place, to walk inside it. Oh, I get rainy day beer, rainy day bear. Oh God, it's like a sewn on it, sewn on though. It's kind of sewn on though. Or it's just like a bloodbath in here today. Bloodbath is a figurative expression that refers to a situation where many people get wounded and killed with violence. The moment when Monica tried to take the hat out of the bear, she kind of cracked the toy. So that's why Rachel say it's a bloodbath in here. He just said my name. Did you hear that? In American English, we almost always pronounce the word just with a silent T, which makes them connect and become the more simple sound. Just say, just say, just say, just say. Monica Bang, that's the one when Ben was saying that. Monica Bang. A bang is a loud noise like a door slamming or something heavy being chopped on a wood floor. It can also be a painful physical knock, like the hit on Ben's head. Don't bang your laptop down on the table, you break it. Oh my God, he's gonna rat me out. That means he's gonna sell her out. He's gonna tell the truth to Ross. To rat somebody out is to inform a person in authority about the wrong or illegal actions of another person, or simply to expose or reveal incriminating or embarrassing information about someone. Which one of these expressions have a similar meaning to rat out, to sell somebody out? That's no big deal. It's not even worth mentioning. So they try to persuade Ben that banging his head is not a big deal and it is not worth mentioning. No big deal. I do it all the time. You know, if it's not a headboard, it's just not worth it. Because when Rachel keeps banging her head against the wall to show Ben that it's not a big deal, she hurts her head, and then she said, if it's not a headboard is a board on the top of your bed, and that means if it's not because of sex, it's just not worth it. Headboard is a vertical board at the top of a bed behind where your head rests. Rachel is saying hitting her head repeatedly like she just did is not worth doing unless it's done in bed during sex. If you want to tell him about our little bonking incident, bonking is the same meaning with banging. To bonk is to knock or hit something, though not very hard, similar to the verb bump. Monica, number one, I don't think Ben understands the concept of bribery. He bribed the police officers and avoided getting a ticket. So if somebody tries to bribe you, you could also say that they are trying to pay you off. So we see Joey giggling and apparently making fun of Rachel saying number two. In a different context, number two is an informal way to refer to solid waste from the body. It's a term that is usually used by children or when speaking to children. This is opposed to number one. So one could say that they have to take a number one or take a number two to refer in a non-descriptive way about having to go to the bathroom. However, this is still very informal. And what did you do? Take him whaling? Ross is joking, asking if they took Ben whaling given the clothes he is wearing. Whaling is a practice of industry of hunting and killing whales for their oil, meat, and other products. I mean, no offense, but I've always thought Ben is a fairly bumpy-headed child. So no offense here is the term you add on your sentence when you start criticizing or giving some bad comment about something which may insult. So in this case, Rachel said Ben is a fairly bumpy-headed child, so it's kind of insulting. So she must add the word no offense. No offense is an expression used before or after criticizing, making a comment about somebody when you don't want them to feel personal, offended, angry, or upset by it. Sometimes, if the person wants to let you say that they were not insulted or didn't feel upset by your statement, they might respond with the words none taken, meaning no offense was taken. Bumpy head. Bumpy headed is a compound adjective made of two words describing somebody who has a bumpy head. But suddenly he's leaving E and F. At that moment, Ross is making fun of Monica. He was making up a story about Ben's bump, like he is experiencing a severe trauma or injury after his banging against the wall. He was playing the alphabetical song like A, B, C, D, E, F, free, and he's leaving out E and F. That means he just forgot E and F in his song. If you leave something or somebody out, you are not including or mentioning it to them. Oh my God, I wrecked your body, your baby. I wrecked your baby. That means I destroy your baby. To wreck is to destroy or badly damage something. You jerk. So after Monica came to check on Ben, she realized that Ben is totally fine, and she told Ross that you jerk. That means he just do something very bad. Jerk is an informal way to call somebody, normally a man who treats others badly. Okay, that's it for today.